It's a Class A clash, so buckle up. You're about to find out which one gives us the smoothest ride. Hey everybody, let's take a ride in this 2026 Tiffin Allegro Open Road 34 PA. Come on inside. All right, we're gonna be taking for a little ride over here. And the first stop is that we have to navigate this crazy parking lot that has units everywhere, all over the place, and we'll kind of find our way as we go along. Make this right turn here. We have to turn really late, but there's a tow vehicle and a trailer kind of obstructing most of the way. And yeah, and thanks Grant for taking a look over there. I'm going to turn late, and plenty of room, plenty of room. We don't want to scuff this nice paint job, so if you look up to the right there's a tree limb. Hopefully we only catch some of the leaves and none of the branches, because yeah, Bob Tiffin might be angry if I scratch his nice coach. So like we did with the Class C Super Cs, we're going to be going around the driving circle first, because we want to know what's going on and how it teeters around tight turns. But just so you know, we're driving on the Ford F53 chassis. It has 350 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque with that big 7.3 liter Godzilla motor, and that is quite a lot of power for a gas coach. And now I'm taking a nice tight turn. It's about a 90-degree turn here, and there's that circle right in front of us, and it's pretty tight. And now we're gonna take a right, and now we're taking a left, and I'm kind of keeping going pretty good. I'm going about 12 to 13 miles an hour, and I don't feel much body roll at all. It's kind of nice. There's a little bit of teetering when you go over bumps, and that's because one wheel goes over the bump before the other one when you're turning sharp like this. Now I'm going to turn a hard right, maintaining my 15 miles an hour and kind of getting up on it. Now this time we're actually going to go up onto the main road where there's a pretty steep incline just as you come out of our driveway, and we're going to see how it accelerates. And here we go. Yeah, there's another tractor trailer parked on the side here, and I just, I kind of like that. You got to navigate through stuff. You got to take things a little bit wide. I'm looking past it through the right side so I can see if there's any traffic coming. And it looks like we're going to be okay over here. Now, the only true way to do this is kind of go from a stop, right? And we're just hitting 40 miles an hour. So yeah, that was quite an exciting move. I haven't heard that Godzilla motor quite that loud. You usually don't have to really get up on it, but I was really trying to get to 40 miles an hour as quick as possible. Folks, I think it got to 40 miles an hour well before the top of that little stretch there, which is probably, if I had to guess, 300 yards. So that's not too bad, and it's a pretty steep incline. I don't know what the exact grade percentage was, but it was enough. All right, everybody, for those of you paying attention, this is now a 2025 Tiffin Byway 33 FL. All right, so we're on a Freightliner chassis, and we're gonna take a whole ride again, just like we did on the last one, and we wanna compare the two differences. Come on in, Grant. All right, so we're gonna be doing the same track that we just did. All right, it's a little bit easier because someone moved their big towable out of the way, so we're less likely to scratch the paint, which is always good. Make sure you turn very wide in these. This is on a Freightliner chassis, so it has air ride, air brakes, has a Cummins 340 horsepower with 700 pound-feet of torque. So a little bit less horsepower, a lot more torque. Let's see what happens. Right now, it's quieter. The motor's in the back, right? So we can hardly hear what's going on back there with the slides closed. It's creating a nice barrier. And there's also a lot of insulation in a Tiffin too, so it's going to be relatively quiet. And now we're going to be doing the same thing where we're going to take a right turn and go around that circle. Now, the brakes are different. You have to get used to using air brakes. You kind of feather them a little bit because they can stop very abruptly. They do have, and yeah, hold on a second, Grant. I'm going to jam on the brakes a little bit. So you can see It doesn't stop instantly, but it'll stop virtually as fast as you want it to. So, and you can actually pull the air brake. I'm going around that circle, took my right. We have it a little bit of wiggle, but it's a little bit less than the gas coach. Now, you got to remember, not every gas coach is built like a Tiffin when it comes to sound deadening, matching the springs and shocks with what's going on. But this is really nice and smooth, and I can accelerate right into this sharp turn over here. And boy, it did accelerate. And I'm already doing 35, and I've only been going for a couple of seconds. So I'm going to do that stop start going up the hill again, and let's see if how long it takes to get up to 40 miles an hour. I have a feeling it might be a little bit quicker just based on that little turn. It's a little bit more money, but it's also a great ride, and it makes it a lot more comfortable for the long haul. So we're coming up to that spot right now where we're going to do a dead stop on an incline and then hustle it up the hill and see how it goes. And I'm going to stop right at that yield sign. I don't know if you can see that over there, Grant, and you can take a look what it's going to look like from the driver's perspective, all right? We're done. We hit 40 miles an hour, and it doesn't feel like it. And the reason it doesn't feel like it is because the ride is so smooth and quiet. You're not like going deaf just trying to talk through it. And this one's got the exhaust brake set, so when you let up on the gas, it automatically starts to slow down and downshift for you, which is really nice. The transmission's so smart with the Allison against the Cummins. It's really quite a brilliant design. Nothing wrong with the Ford for a gas coach, and you know, you're going to save yourself some money driving the Ford. But when you get into the diesel, it's so intuitive, and the Allison transmission is so intelligent that it really makes life very nice. This is your comparison, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments below. Drop a comment and tell us which one you take on your next adventure. Want more RV comparisons? Tap the bell and never miss a ride.